Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Today, I'm going to talk about what it really means to be select. See, normally, anybody who's followed my work know I talk about select and non-select men. Within the greater community or greater culture, they may call alphas and betas. But as I've publicly stated, I don't like those terms because, quite frankly, any man can be an alpha and any man can be a beta. It's all in terms of context. But when I talk about select and non-select, it just means, is a guy select by most of the women that see him, or is he non-select by most of the women that sees him, right? And it's all about, usually when I talked about the select men, those are usually the guys who, you know, they're gonna have, some are going to have looks, some going to be there because of their status. As I did say in some recent videos, some might have some style, some might be cool like that, some might be leaders. And the guys who are non-select, they, even though they might have good character and all of that stuff, is not the things that's getting a woman wet. Now, I want to break down what it really means to be select, because being select really is kind of like I said in another video. What I was talking about money. When I said money wasn't for women, being select isn't about just being chosen by women. It's a big part of it, but it's not being select. It means something else, and it's about the man, and it's about the man and his choices. See, understand one thing. Understand one basic thing. Just because a woman chooses a man doesn't mean he has to choose her back. I mean, I get chosen by, some unattractive chicks, some ratchet chicks. Shoot. Even some, shit, I had a bull dyke and stuff try to holler at me a few times in life. That don't mean just because, see, a lot of times a man hears that women choose the man, choose the women. A man choose. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself in a second. A lot of times a man hears that women choose the men, right? And they feel like that they're powerless, and some will even argue. It's like, no, because the key to it all is, even if a woman chooses you, you don't have to choose her back. And that's when a man really becomes select. Not just because the women choose him, but because he has the options of what he can do. That's when he truly becomes select. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about many men, and I want to thank one of my commenters, Guy King. He's a frequent commenter and he's one of the things he pointed out was that many men, they'll marry just to have steady pussy, and they'll end up really simping out to those women. See, that man is non-select. See, a select man, here's the issue. Select men deal with women on their own terms. See, the woman chooses him, but then he chooses who he wants to deal with. He selects. He can be selective. That's the key. He can exercise his options. That's when a man becomes select. When he has options. When he don't have to put up with anything. See, some men, if they get some woman and she's jacked up looking and she's showing some attention, and he don't have any options, if he wants any companionship, he'll put up with a lot. And many men do. Many non-select men do. They'll put up with some harpy ass woman who's henpecking them, bossing them around and all of that, just so he can have sex once every 2 weeks. Once a man becomes select, the ball's in his court. That's when he really has control. See, and that's when a man knows he's select. Not just because he, avoids women. Because you get some guys out there, they avoid women thinking they being select, or they don't interact with them. A select man interacts with women. He just, he, in fact, he gets more chances to interact because the women coming for him. But he's only going to deal with those women on his terms. He's selective. In fact, the more selective he is, the more he's going to make those women jump through hoops. And he might just look at him straight up. It was like, one want to come over. It's like, well, what you bringing over? I mean, he can, the more selective a man is, he can make demands. He was like, nah, you ain't wearing that dress. Or, nah, or, if you going to look like that, we ain't going anywhere. All right, you going to act up, get out my car right now. No, I'm nice about it. I'll take them to the corner of their house, the corner of their block or something. But, no, but straight up, though, that's what being select means. It means you can select the circumstances that you're going to deal with a woman. And that's key. That's key because you're still dealing with a woman. Because I know there's plenty of men out there, they just avoid dealing with women anyway. That don't mean they're select. It really don't. Select is when you can still interact with them, but it's on your terms. You have sex with them on your terms. You go out with them on your terms. And the more, because there's always some like struggle back and forth because both sides are trying to assert their agenda. But the more options you got, the more you in a position where you can dictate the terms of the engagement. That's when you know that you're select. And I want guys to really think about that. Think about how you dealing with different women. Think about, are you trying to win that woman over? See, one problem, this is something. Let me get into this a little bit. Let me get into it because I see too many men out here, First of all, they approaching a woman. They're approaching. They just approaching any woman. They walking up to her. They don't have any power. If they going up to her, they basically giving her the right of first refusal. Listen to what I'm saying. Think about it. You putting the power in her hands because she has a price that she wants you to pay, and she probably ain't gonna tell you. She'll probably make you jump through hoops. But you thinking because you're approaching her, you controlling it. It's like, no. She didn't choose you, did she? She's not trying to seduce you. See, that's another thing with being select. The woman's going to actively try to seduce you. She's going to care about what you think. She's going to find out what you like. Now, if you got to get in a woman's face and just be like, hey, you want to go out with me and all that, and too many guys have the illusion that's some level of control. Really, it ain't. Because that woman, she could sit there and like, all right, how much money can I get out this dude? And then that's when a woman be like, well, I like to eat at Red Lobster. And, she thinking like free dinner. And the dude think he doing something. He's like, well, it ain't tricking if you got it. So he takes her out, does all that stuff. And she's still thinking, all right, what else can I get out this dude? And, she might or might not give up some sex afterwards. Most likely they don't. Because usually a lot of women, when guys are chasing them and they non-select, the guys are non-select to the women, what they do is this. They, they get what they can out the man and then be like, oh, well, you know what, I have a boyfriend. Or, you know what, let's just be friends. I don't think this is going to work out. That's that game. And I mean, and you got like documented instances of women just dealing with men just for dinners, or just going on dates just to get into something for free. And that's because the men they not acting like a select man. See, a select man, if he take that woman out to dinner, it's just because he got something in his heart he wants to take her out to dinner, not because she manipulated him into doing it. And that's probably because he just want to eat at that place and wants a companion. Me personally, I don't get anything from watching a woman eat. So just to be honest with you, I'm that type. Personally, no finance without romance. I got to get the pussy first, so then we can get to know each other. So anyway, Understand that's what being select means. It means you are selective on how you going to engage that woman. It means that you have options and that you want to choose back who you want, not just because some women chose you. That's what being select means. Always keep that in mind. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.